This is the story of the new National Party rescue missions, always ready to rescue Grenada with resilience, courage, and unwavering leadership. Founded in the early 1980s during a time of great uncertainty, Grenada was still reeling from the aftermath of the revolution, especially the violent way it ended. Fragile and yearning for stability in 1984, leaders from across the region gathered on Union Island with the three existing political parties in Grenada at the time, namely the Grenada National Party, the GNP, led by Herbert Blaise, the National Democratic Party, the NDP, headed by George Brizan, and the Grenada Democratic Movement, GDM, headed by Dr. Francis Alexis. That meeting in Union Island resulted in the formation of the new National Party, the NNP. At the inaugural meeting of the newly formed NNP, Herbert Blaise was elected as the political leader, with our present leader, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell, appointed as the General Secretary. In December 1984, the first parliamentary general elections post-revolution were held. The new National Party won 14 of the 15 seats, and Herbert Blaise was elected Prime Minister. His vision was a united Grenada, with key pillars being economic and infrastructure development, tourism, and strong international relations. His humility and dedicated service to restore our democracy and rebuild our institutions will always be etched in our history. Internal differences between the leaders of the three parties that formed the NNP saw the exit of George Brizan and Dr. Francis Alexis in 1987. They subsequently formed the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, with George Brizan as the political leader and leader of the opposition in Parliament. By 1989, Dr. Mitchell became the leader of the NNP. In 1990, the NNP lost the general elections to the NDC, and Grenada was again faced with major challenges. Grenada's weak growth performance during the period 1990 to 1994 was attributed to a continuous contraction in agricultural output, which declined each year. In addition, the construction industry experienced a major contraction in 1992 due to the sharp fall in public sector investment. In 1993, output declined in the mining and quarrying, construction, and manufacturing sectors, as well as in agriculture. Gross domestic expenditure declined continuously from 117.4% of GDP in 1990 to 102.1% of GDP in 1994. By 1995, the new National Party was called upon by the people of Grenada to perform its second rescue mission under the leadership of Dr. Mitchell. The work of the NNP team and the clarion call for inclusivity during that period of service led to the party's first historic clean sweep victory in 1999. With the exceptional leadership of Dr. Mitchell, the NNP team went on to shape some of the most defining moments in our nation's history post the period of the revolution, leading the country through its darkest hours of two major hurricanes, Ivan and Emily, a world financial crisis, and a pandemic. Grenada suffered damages in excess of 200% of its gross domestic product, GDP, as a result of the hurricanes. Team NNP was charged with the responsibility to manage the rebuilding process in collaboration with the social partners, including the opposition. Worthy of mention are a few of the key Build Back initiatives: distribution of free material support, the reconstruction of 200 homes for vulnerable families, the negotiation of 6 housing schemes, most of which we have today: Soubise, Montrush, St. David's, Diamond, and Beauséjour, rebuilding of 2 national stadiums, negotiation with the U.S. aid to build 1,200 houses. Negotiations with the U.S. aid to finance the cost of homes for 150 families. Cap on gas price. Reduction in property taxes. Provision of planting materials, fertilizers, labor support, equipment, and grant support to farmers to compensate for their lost income. Fisher folks were given grant support to repair their boats, replace engines, other equipment, and to compensate for interim loss of livelihood. The new National Party was asked by the people of Grenada to sit out the period 2008 to 2013 in the governance of the country. But by 2011-2012, the cries of yet another rescue mission were heard. In 2013, in true NNP fashion, we armed ourselves for the battle, and in 2013, we took on the fight and were victorious. From his first entry into Parliament in 1984, Dr. Mitchell's leadership became a symbol of progress, leading to two more historic election victories in 2013 and 2018, where the NNP won all 15 seats. A powerful testament to the unwavering trust and confidence of the Grenadian people. This era of the NNP saw heightened collaboration with our social partners to craft a homegrown structural adjustment program. The key objectives of this program were increase growth, restore fiscal and debt sustainability, strengthen the financial sector, while ensuring that social safety net programs such as the Support for Education, Empowerment and Development SEED program better targeted poor and vulnerable households, and that a targeting instrument was utilized to more objectively identify beneficiaries. During this rescue mission, Team NNP reduced unpaid claims of $100 million and had an average GDP growth rate of 5% and above consistently. The national debt was significantly reduced, moving from 108% of GDP to 57.7% before COVID-19, a drastic decrease in unemployment from over 40% to under 15%. The NNP spearheaded the construction of two national stadiums, expanded the cruise port to accommodate over 300,000 visitors annually, and upgraded more than 1,500 kilometers of farm roads, making life easier for our farmers and boosting agricultural production. In the realm of social progress, the NNP's legacy is undeniable. We brought clean, potable water to over 95% of households, expanded electrification to rural areas, and revolutionized telecommunications, making high-speed internet accessible to schools and homes across the nation. Education was a cornerstone of the NNP's commitment to the nation. The government awarded over 3,000 scholarships, providing access to higher education for students who would otherwise not have the opportunity. Through programs like the Imani, Empower, Project Fly, Youth Biz, Aspire, Reach, and Youth in Agriculture, the NNP empowered thousands of young people with skills training, job placement opportunities, and the chance to build a better future through scholarships and other support programs. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the NNP protected the livelihoods of thousands of Grenadians through physical measures that stabilized the economy and prioritized public health. Over 7,500 families benefited from housing initiatives, and as of June 2022, the NNP was paying pensions to 2,200 retirees with an average annual budget of $75.4 million. These victories were more than just political successes. There were endorsements of NNP's dedication to the people of Grenada. Dr. Mitchell's leadership brought about significant economic progress. Today, Grenada finds itself at another critical crossroad. The current NDC administration's mismanagement has weakened our economy, eroded key institutions, and undone much of the progress the NNP worked so tirelessly to secure. Under the NDC, serious crime and inflation are skyrocketing, the quality of healthcare deteriorating, and the people are once again bearing the brunt of poor governance. As history has shown, when Grenada calls, the NNP is always ready to respond. We stand ready to rescue, rebuild, and restore. This isn't just a mission, it's a promise. From providing water to every home, paving roads that connect communities, and supporting families with housing, to educating our youth and boosting our economy, the NNP has always been the driving force behind Grenada's greatest achievements. The NNP has always been there to rescue Grenada. We are ready to lead again. We will bring Grenada back to stability, prosperity, and unity, lifting our nation to the heights and respect it deserves. Together, we will rescue Grenada because we have done it before and we will do it again.
A pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Brothers and sisters, tonight we gather not just to support the party, but as Grenadians. We love our country and we want better roads, better leadership, better opportunities for our youths. Tonight the new National Party stands with you, saying enough is enough. It is time to restore the stability and respect of this nation. As we start this evening's proceedings, we ask that wherever you are, you stand as we pay homage to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique by singing the national anthem. So wherever you are, we ask of you to stand as we sing the national anthem. All right, so thank you so much for the correction. Thank you. So we call on Ms. Bernadette Richards as we do the opening prayer.
Good night to the people of Grand Roy and all the NNPites. All right, welcome. He said, in everything, put God first. So we're going to pray and acknowledge God in our midst tonight. So we give thanks and praise unto you, Lord, for you are worthy to be praised. Father, we give you praise, we give you glory, we give you honor. We magnify your name tonight. Your name, oh God, is exalted. Lord, we welcome your presence in our midst tonight. We thank you, oh God, for the fine weather this afternoon. We thank you, God, for bringing us here safely, Lord. We thank you for your peace tonight. We thank you for your joy. Everything, oh God, we thank you tonight, Father. We thank you, oh God, for everyone that are present here this afternoon. We ask, oh God, that you cover each and every one of us this evening, oh God. Cover those that are on the way and those, oh God, that are in their homes, oh God. We ask, oh God, to take charge and take complete control. Give wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, oh God, to everyone that would be speaking on this political platform this evening. We thank you, God, for everything that will be said and done. We ask, oh Heavenly Father, to cover us under your blood. And we say that no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, especially our leaders. We thank you, God, for your protection over their life. And you said, Lord, in your word, when the enemy comes like a flood, your Holy Spirit shall lift up a standard. We thank you tonight, Father God, and we give all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor in Jesus' name. Amen.
So thank you so very much, Ms. Richard, and thank you so very much for the correction. So now we move into the national anthem. So we ask wherever you are, please stand as we sing the national anthem. 2, 3. Hail Grenada. Thank you so very much. Just to inform that the party song will be sung at the end of today's public meeting. So we would not sing the party song at this stage. We're going to do so at the end of the meeting. All right? So we move into our speakers for today. But before we do so, we want to recognize the persons that are here with us this evening. Honorable Clarice Modest Cowing, the parliamentary representative for St. Mark's. Mr. Alvin Dabrio, the caretaker for St. John's. Sister Amanda Japal, the caretaker for St. Andrews, the Southwest. And also with us we do have Brother Dwight Hosford. And we are going to have the former political leader and the present political leader will be joining us this evening. But ladies and gentlemen, to start off this evening, we have a young, passionate individual from all the way in St. Andrews, Southwest. A woman who believes in empowering our youths and ensuring that the trust between people and leadership is maintained. She represents the future of the new national party. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome from all the way from St. Andrews, Southwest, Sister Amanda Japal George.
House, and if you believe that you have made the right choice, say house, we have made the right choice, and we will rescue Grenada.
She look about she talawa, full of vibes, full of style and character. On the night qualified, versatile, very wise, very nice, and the list goes on and on. Represent the house, we can fall apart, place we feel safe like a baby in his father's arms. On top of that, she humble like a lamb, yeah, fiana that.
A special good evening to the members of the head table, my colleagues, and everyone tuning in. NNPites! NNPites! I'll be very brief tonight. We've all been taught to look out for red flags throughout our lives. But tonight I want to talk about the green flags, pun intended. Because only a few can spot the green ones, the ones that mean go, grow, and glow. So young people, before you choose a party, I want you to do one thing. Look for the green flags. And to help you do that tonight, I am giving you the 10 political commandments. Moses gave you the original 10 commandments on stone tablets, but I'm giving you the 10 political commandments for the modern Grenadian. And I want you to think of it as your roadmap for spotting who really has your back and who's just all about talk. And I want you to ask yourself, what does this party really stand for? What values am I defending? And who am I truly entrusting with my future? Because politics isn't a game of colors. It's a test of character. So commandment number 1, thou shalt know thy values. Don't follow the crowd. Follow conviction. Stand with the party that reflects your morals, your beliefs, and your vision for Grenada that you want your children to inherit. And if it doesn't line up, move along and don't play catch up on a ride on a party that's going the wrong way. Commandment number 2, thou shalt study the record and not just the rhetoric. Because anybody can talk, but what have they done? What is their track record when it comes to people, progress, and principles? Talk is cheap, but progress, that one comes with receipts. And brothers and sisters, NNP has lots of receipts. We have given thousands of young Grenadians scholarships, real jobs, and access to capital loans. We didn't just hand those opportunities. We handed the tools to build futures, empower communities, and spark innovation, and created high-impact programs. And people like to rewrite our history and say nothing has been done. But listen, the tape don't lie. Check the record, check the receipts, and check and see who really have delivered. Because no other government has done what the NNP has done for the youths of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And brothers and sisters, that is a green flag. And while accomplishments matter, real green flags shine brightest when the storm hits. That's why commandment number 3 reminds us that thou shalt seek consistency and not convenience. Because a real party doesn't shift like the wind. It stands firm on principle. And NNP has remained constant, and that is a green flag. Number 4, thou shalt honor transparency. Choose leaders who face questions, not run from them. Who admit when they're wrong and lead with honesty when it's hard. Number 5, thou shalt examine leadership character. Because leadership is not about ego. It's about empathy. It's not about noise. It's about service. And number 6, thou shalt demand vision. We don't need hype. What we need in Grenada is a plan. We don't need slogans. We need substance. And number 7, thou shalt value service over self. Look for those who work quietly but effectively, who serve the people and not their own pockets. Because some of them serving themselves so much you swear they run in a restaurant. But we're not in the food business. We're in the business of people. Number 8, thou shalt embrace unity and respect. A real party, it uplifts and not divides. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you have, or who you know. We should all rise together. And that is how we uphold our democracy. And number 9, thou shalt remember that politics is personal. Because the decisions made by your party today will shape your home, your community, your nation tomorrow. So choose wisely. And when you test each of those commandments against every political organization in Grenada, one party consistently passes the test. And that is the new National Party. And so, my friends, that is a green flag. So I tell you, choose character, choose commitment, and choose a party that is all about the people. Choose the new National Party. But brothers and sisters, I promised you 10 commandments, but I gave you 9. The 10th one is this: thou shalt consider the youth and the future. Because a party that forgets its young people has already forgotten its tomorrow. And I told you a green flag is accomplishments. But listen closely. Green flags aren't just about what we've done. Green flags is also about our future. About what we ignite in others. What we inspire the next generation to achieve. And the paths we open for those who follow. We've reached the stage where we must move beyond simply creating opportunities for young people and start empowering our young people to create opportunities for themselves and others. Because when young people sit at the table, the ideas are fresher, the energy is different, and the solutions are more in tune with today's world. And because NNP has laid the foundation, we will now build on it. Now we must create new avenues for youth development, spaces that are innovative, inclusive, and even non-political. Because among us are brilliant minds, thinkers, creators, builders, and young creatives whose potential we are only beginning to unlock. And we will give these innovators the platform, the mentorship, and resources to turn ideas into real impact. Government, business, and civil society will not be just gatekeepers, but they will be our partners, working side by side. We will expand sports infrastructure, giving young athletes the support to excel nationally and internationally. We will empower our young farmers, making agriculture profitable and rewarding. We will grow innovative programs for young entrepreneurs and creatives, enabling them to guide the next generation and strengthen our communities. And NNP is moving from youth participation to youth leadership, from programs for young people to projects led by young people, from talking about youth potential to investing in our power. Because the future we dream of cannot be built by our politicians alone. It must be built with us, by us, for all of us. And that is why I came into politics. I wanted to be on the ground among my people and be part of the change. I wanted politicians to build with me and not for me. Because every constituency, every village, every community is different. And I never thought I would be on a political platform. But sitting in my house complaining of being apathetic wasn't cutting it. So I said enough is enough. And I looked at the NNP's track record and I said that is the party for me. That is the party that believes in young people. That is the party that has been tried, tested, and have delivered. And we have seen the number of youth programs that they have created over the years. And I joined the NNP while in opposition. Because anyone can join when times are easy when a party is in government. But opposition, that's where the real test is. That's when your belief is tested. And joining then shows just how much I believe in this team, how much I believe in our people, in the power of what we can build together, and the leadership of our political leader, Sister Emlyn Pear. And brothers and sisters, you too can join the new national party. Our arms are outstretched. You just have to take our hand. And together, we will build a Grenada that we can be proud of. A Grenada where young people are at the table, where our ideas are valued, and where every community, every village, and every citizen has the opportunity to grow. Because this isn't about politics. This is about our people, our future, and the change that we dare to create together. So brothers and sisters, I tell you, knock on the door and enter. Because there is room in the house for everyone. It is not too late. It is not too late to join the new national party. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because our team is ready. Our team is fully prepared. Tell them that we backpack and we ready. And let me tell you, are you ready for change? Are you ready for impact? Are you ready for real results? Brothers and sisters, tell them that our house is solid and our pillars are still strong. Our house is solid and our pillars are still strong. NNPites! NNPites! It is not too late to join the new national party.
She look about she talawa, full of vibes, full of style and character. On the night qualified, versatile, very wise, very nice, and the list goes on and on. Represent the house, we can fall apart, place we feel safe like a baby in his father's arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the energy of the next generation of the new National Party. You hear passion? That is the fire in which the new National Party is ready to lead Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. Not just words, but with actions. Yes, as we get ready for our next speaker, we just want each and every one of you guys to be reminded that you can go on to www.subscribe to nnp.org and get all the information needed for any one of our events or upcoming events or what is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming this evening our political leader of the new National Party, Sister Emmeline Pear, Honorable Emmeline Pear, as she joins us here this evening.
We moving on, the house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress, take a good look around. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress, we moving on.
So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And we just want to say good evening to the persons on social media. Those out there in the diaspora, we want to say good day to you guys. And I know many of you are always with us. And so thank you so very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker has seen firsthand what leadership with vision looks like. He's a man grounded in his community, well respected in the region as a top legal mind. He has committed his service in building our country. Please help me welcome Senator Dwight Hosford.
Right now, Grenada on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. 840 million. Let's stop with juice on the island. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother MC. I want to say a special greeting to my colleagues on the head table, political leader of the party, Sister Emmeline Pear, Sister Clarice Modest-Cohen, and a stalwart that you have here in St. John, Brother Alvin Dabrio. I recognize also the firebrand of the party that just spoke to you a while ago, Sister Amanda Japal. That is the kind of passion, that is the kind of conviction, my dear friends, that the new National Party has for this nation, for you the people, and for the development of our little country. That is the kind of people that we are cultivating, youth leadership. Tomorrow's leadership, today. I want to thank all of you for your presence here this evening, and I want to say a special good night to those of our sisters and brothers listening to us on live media. I know we were off to a very late start due to some minor technical issues, so I won't be very long, but allow me to offer a few brief remarks here tonight. But before I begin, let us remember our sisters and brothers in Jamaica right now and the complete devastation that has hit them by Hurricane Melissa. We in Grenada, we know exactly how they are feeling right now. More than $60 billion in damage. People are homeless. Some are destitute. Lives lost from this very, very nasty storm. And so we offer prayers, and certainly the New National Party stands in solidarity with them. And you know, we know about crisis, sisters and brothers, because in 2013, when the New National Party took office, we faced an economic crisis. Many of you remember the selling our assets just to pay salaries. Remember that? Many of you remember Bountelai and the ducks and lies that were given to the people for the state of the country. And when the New National Party came into office, it demonstrated leadership, sisters and brothers. That is important. When you go and beg for the vote, and people give you the opportunity to serve in office, you can't make excuses, and you can't be ducking, and you can't be talking down to people. You're not doing us a favor, you know. It's like when you pursue a woman and you get choked, and she starts to complain that you ain't performing. You start blaming the former man. That is what is going on. They got the opportunity to be in government, and every single time we raise our voices at the nonsense that is going on, they insult us and cuss us. Look at what is going on in that social media space. And now we have something of a crisis in that there's much uncertainty, not only of the state of the economy, but with a certain request that was made, and we know nothing about it. There's no engagement with the people. Unlike what we did in 2013, we reached out with social partners and we had a plan as to how we're going to recover the economy. That, sisters and brothers, is leadership. And you can only get that kind of leadership with the New National Party. Now, right now, things hard. It's tough. I don't have a meter that could read whether it's tougher now than sometime before, but it's certainly feeling so. You're feeling like this is the hardest it has ever been. Right now it's more bully than jacks. And it's difficult, it's tight, it's hard just to make $2. We see it, sisters and brothers, every day. We know what the people are feeling. We are experiencing it with you. And that is why, as part of our role as a responsible opposition and a champion for the people, particularly the little people, we are having these continuous meetings, sisters and brothers. Don't worry about the noise in social media. Keep your head high and keep focused. Because what we are trying to do is to keep you informed and to make sure that you know that we are ready to pick it up and make it better. We are there with you. Standing in the gap, sisters and brothers, is the New National Party. You know, the other day, I was in a barber shop, and that particular barber shop, it appears to me from the conversation that happened that at least two of the young men there in 2022 voted for the nice story and the sweet talk and the promises that came from the people on the other side. And one of them was saying, all these programs you see they're announcing that they say they have, He said he applied twice in them. He can't get through. He can't even get a little loan. Only certain people getting it. But sisters and brothers, you know that when the new National Party is in office, we ensure that we do the greatest good to the greatest number of the people. This is not about a cabal. One or two people and some friends traveling, and a sister Amanda say, serving herself as if it's restaurant. And what is shocking, sisters and brothers, they are doing it so bold-faced. That is why we need to speak out. And much more than speaking out, sisters and brothers. That is why we need to get them out of there. Get them out of there. We have the experience in Grenada of managing crisis, of building a country, of building young people, of providing jobs, creating opportunities for employment and new enterprises. That experience, when you make the comparison, sisters and brothers, that experience is located in only one place, and that is the new National Party, sisters and brothers. And so, I want to encourage you, don't take what is happening lightly. Many of you are still unemployed. And many of you who are self-employed, you find it difficulty. Whole day, you can't sell anything. Nothing. And no help. In fact, one of the most obscene and heartbreaking pictures I saw was when they clear off those vendors from the sidewalk from trying to earn a living, knowing how tight and how difficult it is already. That will not happen, sisters and brothers, under the new National Party. Can't happen. People first. And so our speakers tonight will bring you our message. And I want you to internalize our message. Hold it deep inside. Because we are with you. If there is any organization, political organization in Grenada that has stood with you in the good times and in the bad times, there is absolutely no question about it. It is the new National Party. Absolutely no question. And so tonight, our speakers will address various issues. I know some of it might sound funny, but it is serious business because a lot of us, a lot of our people are hurting. And it is time for relief, sisters and brothers. Time for ease up. Time to breathe, man. And let's do it together with the new National Party. Thank you very much, sisters and brothers.
Right now, Grenada on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. 840 million. Let's stop with just on the island. Let's keep moving on.
Thank you so very much, Senator Hosford. Strong words with truth. And yes, he is right. The part that we're feeling is real. When a government can even manage the sitting of the parliament of this country, you know definitely things are going downstream. You know the leadership has failed, and people's business is not to be played with. It is serious business. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, I want you to join me as we get ready to welcome the chairman and past Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique, past political leader in that of the right Honorable Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, as he joins us this evening right here at Grand Roy.
Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a lusty round of applause as we welcome Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell as he joins us here this evening. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, and nowhere. So now, our next speaker that we're going to bring to the podium is one of the most experienced and respected voices. A woman who has served this nation faithfully and continues to stand with integrity and compassion in public life. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the parliamentary representative of St. Mark's, Honorable Clarice Modest Cohen.
Right now, Grenada on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good night, Grand Roy. Good night, everybody. Good night to all of those who are listening to this program, which is streaming live, whether you're in Grenada, whether you're in the diaspora. Good night to all our brothers and sisters and our well-wishers. Permit me to greet at the head table our very astute and indefatigable political leader. She can't get tired. Honorable Emmeline Pierre, our chairman, our beloved chairman, and our many times former Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou, Martinique, Honorable Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, former representative of St. John's and soon to be again the next parliamentary representative for St. John's. Give him the welcome that he deserves. He has served St. John well. He has served Grenada well. And I'll tell you, if he was in the Ministry for Fisheries still, Grenada wouldn't be in the mess we are in, trying to get back on the good books of the United States for export of fish. Brother Dwight Hosford, Sister Amanda somewhere, and to all my colleagues, and to everyone again, good night. Brothers and sisters, we must talk about healthcare. We can't stop talking about it because this is one of the things that hurts us the most. We cannot stop talking about the wars people are undergoing due to a complete breakdown in the healthcare system. The chronic lack of medication in the public system that continues unabated. The neglect of community healthcare services. Sometimes you go to the health center, there isn't a nurse, there isn't a doctor, there isn't a pharmacist. And you ask yourself, why do I go? But your health is your wealth. And so you go hoping that they would keep the promise that they made to us and they will make a difference. But brothers and sisters, the only hope you have now that healthcare will be better
is the hope in the new national party, because we have proven that we can do it and we will do it again. Brothers and sisters, you are unable to access diagnostic interventions. It's available in the public sector, but because some of us are indigent and we have no funds to pay, then we are turned back and say, go and find the money and come back. In the public system, where your taxpayer money goes, you cannot have access to health care. I say shame on the leader of the country and the NDC. Limited blood tests in the public system, but walk with your money before you leave home. CT scan available, but put your money down first before you can get it. Even when you are in the hospital, you have to wait until family bring the money, and your money is there beating you in the hospital, brothers and sisters. Ultrasound ready to go, but pay your money first. If you don't have money, then wheel again and come back. Go and ask for donations. Do whatever you can, but do not go to the public system that is supposed to serve you. Do not go there without your money. Brothers and sisters, the NNP in office, we had a system that worked for the indigent. Our policy was to meet the needs of all the people. We are sharpening up and getting ready, brothers and sisters, for when we get in office. We are planning, but we will engage you before that. Brothers and sisters, I say to the present administration, you can build the most sophisticated hospital. They talk about all kinds of things that they want to bring in the hospital. You can sign 100,000 agreements to bring healthcare workers to Grenada, but that alone will not do it. If you don't prioritize healthcare and put more money to pay for supplies and to pay for staff, that will not work. If you don't put money, take money from somewhere else that is not so important and put it towards something as important as healthcare, it won't work. Brothers and sisters, you have to realize that it is not just one person who is guilty, not one person who is culpable, brothers and sisters. The Prime Minister, as the leader of this country, is the main culprit in all of these things. Ministers of government, we need to see a nice post. They are busy posting all kinds of things, but we cannot see a nice post about something great happening in healthcare. Ministers, give us hope. Give us good news. Give us something real that is happening for us, especially the poor who have nowhere to turn. The PM said recently, do your job. And I know it's them he was talking to. Ministers, do your job. You are paying yourselves with the nation's money. Ministers, do your job. You were given the mandate by your Prime Minister. We are hearing some people who in Grenada now, who went from no money at all in a bank account, and they have suddenly become millionaires. And some of you, you know who I'm talking about. Things in Grenada get better than Silicon Valley. One go, you could get to be a millionaire. And the rest of us are suffering. Brothers and sisters, Grenadians, wake up and ask the hard questions. Who is getting the money that healthcare should be getting so that we can improve on our healthcare for our brothers and sisters in this country? And I'm going to help you with some questions to ask them when they come to you. When will the polyclinic built for the Western Corridor that is in St. John's, when will it be fully functional? And you of St. John's, you have to ask them. And I know Brother Dabbs will talk about it, but I have to talk about, I just want to mention it. Ask them what is the plan for the closure road, because I hear it closed down. A critical road, but Brother Dabbs, I don't want to take your thunder. But that road is a very burning issue, not just for you, but all of us in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. What will they do about the rising cost of living, brothers and sisters? How many units of the Chinese housing have been sold thus far? And who owns it? Because most of the units are empty. And you know, while the units are empty, we have people in Grenada and Carriacou and Petit Martinique. They are suffering for housing. They are waiting in their homes from since Hurricane Beryl. And the units are being quietly sold. And we are here that they're going to be rented out. Brothers and sisters, I remind us that these units were built for low income and no income people. To date, there is no low income and there is no income persons. You have to face the bank again before you can get one little unit, which our former Prime Minister and others went to the Chinese and begged for it for you. These are your units. Ask them when they would give it to the indigent of this country, brothers and sisters. And stop playing game and stop playing footsie with the poor people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And not just the poor. All of us, brothers and sisters, need to hear from the government what they are doing in leadership of this country, brothers and sisters. You know, I ask these questions, and there are many more questions affecting the physical and the mental health of our country. I hope that the government will try to deliver some. They're always talking about promise made and promise delivered. We know about the promises they made. It is high time that they delivered some of the promises they made to the very people that they made the promises to, brothers and sisters. My dear brothers and sisters, we are planning meticulously. We are planning assiduously for improved healthcare for you. We know how you've suffered in the last almost 4 years. And we hope your suffering wouldn't be for long. We, the NNP, will build on the healthcare achievements that we've done so far. But we'll not stop there. We are going to make it better for all of us in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This country needs a national health insurance, brothers and sisters, so that when you are well and you're working, you can contribute to your health, and that when you are sick, you do not have to pass around with a truck and a hat begging for donations. You need a government that would manage a healthcare system that would take care of every Tom, Dick, and Harry in this country, brothers and sisters. This country needs people who care, brothers and sisters, and you will find that caring in the arms and in the hearts of the new national party. This country needs people who will put healthcare high on the national agenda. We of the new national party, we're planning, but we will engage you. We are listening. We go out in the field and we hear what you say. And we hear your cries, brothers and sisters. And we will deliver as we have done in the past. Together, we will restore and rebuild a Grenada that is for everyone, regardless of color. So we don't have to tell you, you don't tell us which is your party, which is your color, so we can't give you health care. Health care belongs to the people, and it is something for all. And this is our policy, and we'll keep to that. Brothers and sisters, you know what we have done. You know the caring of the new national party. I could stand here and tell you a million things that we have done, but you know it. You have seen it. You have felt it. If you want to see it again, if you want to feel it again, then make no doubt. Get ready. Get ready to vote. Get ready to dirty your finger, brothers and sisters. Get your children registered and tell the NDC, we got we backpack and we ready and we coming.
Right now, Grenada on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Modeste. Imagine Dr. Modeste is ready with her backpacked.
We only move and ain't nobody could stop us now. We only move and ain't nobody could stop us now. We
Good evening, Gronroy, and good evening to all. I would like to recognize the presence of our political leader and the former Prime Minister and Chairman of the new National Party, the Right Honorable Dr. Keith Claudius Mitchell, my very good sister from St. Mark's, Sister Clarice. We have Brother Dwight, Sister Joppa, and we also, I saw Sister Nolene Thompson. Where is Sister Nolene? That's the lady that's gonna be toppling the Prime Minister in St. David's. I know she around somewhere. So sisters and brothers, we're living in some coconious times. This is the worst. We have an MP and a PM that's missing in action. It's overseas. We could see and hear them, because even the MP in St. John's, I don't see her. Recently in New York, I was following what she's saying about us here in Grenada. A bunch of lies. And she even have some NNP people saying that it was a shining moment because they don't know what's happening with us here in Grenada. And she traveled with her team, you know. I will tell you, I have a few excerpts from her speech. She said that she eradicated 20% of pit latrines in St. John's. Well, we know because we had 3 brigades in Guave, 1 in Gronroy, 1 in Concord, and that's what they were doing, building bathrooms and toilets for people. When they came in, they fired everybody. So they shut down these brigades. And now she have the gall to say 20%, she eradicate 20% of people using pit latrine. But you see, she doesn't be in Guave to go by behind the pool and see what's happening. She said that before the election, she traveled the length and breadth of the constituency, and she also did so after the election. But if you know it so well, and what she say all she inherit is footpaths and a few roads leading to private people's property in different constituencies. But what I want to tell her, I am proud of all the footpaths that we build for people in St. John's. She don't know how many people had to leave home with one shoe, and when they get to the main road, change the shoe. So I'm proud that we were able to make it accessible for them to leave home with one shoe. But she don't know about that. And also, the back roads she talked about were important for people that do in agriculture. This government has done nothing for the agricultural sector because all they started is just selling passports, and they thought that's all that's needed. But if you neglect the agricultural sector, right, this is what is helping us to bring in foreign exchange and our food security. And sisters and brothers, they have neglected that tremendously. She even said that she inherited Closure Road. What a joke. You give a contract without no proper drawing, no soil tests, no engineering, and the people just excavating. The road started to slide. They did nothing. When everything slid and nobody could access the road. Now you come saying you inherited that from NNP. How could you inherit that? This is your own doing. The same way she said she inherited Mondo Road because they had the people excavating to put, well, we don't know if it's an asphalt plant, because when they asked her what's happening there, she says she don't know. Mongo Road damaged after Hurricane Beryl, but she still say she inherited that. But then, well, why are you in politics? If everything is you inherit or it predates you, what did you campaign on? No, you there, fix it. That's what they elected you to do. Don't run and hide and saying NNP were there for all these years. NDC were there for 3 terms too. Under Braffit Breezan, under Tillman and now Deacon. So they can't see that. They only seen when NNP is there. But I know why. Because it's only NNP that developed Grenada. And she said all she see is footpaths. I want to ask her, have you traveled through Stony Gut and see this brand new road? Have you traveled from Market Square to Greasy Hill? Have you traveled from Bull Hill to Cloget? Even Mabuya was operable when we were in office. It's only 2 years ago they shut down Mabuya Road. And the same prime minister that said when he be coming to office, all major road would be repaired. But there is a problem though. You're not talking about the office here. You're talking about his office in Africa or Dubai. She didn't travel from Old Road to Black Bay where we opened this road. She didn't see all the road widening, which we made two-way traffic from Hubble Bridge to Middle River, all through Central. Rosemont Road, she don't travel there. Mount Sini, we had opened a road from Mount Granby to Palmis. Right now, you can't pass there anymore. She inherited, I'll tell you what she inherited. She inherited a new bathroom right there and toilet in Grand Roy that was built for the people and the fisher folks. If you go there today, all the door rotten and everything. No maintenance. Madam PM, do your job here in St. John's. That's what you're elected for. Not to go gallivanting in Brooklyn and all these places and having gala. We have Christmas coming. She's Minister of Environment. Huh? So, in my time, we planted a Christmas tree by the gas station in Guelph. So that every year, you don't have to cut any tree in the forest or put any plastic trees. She cut it down. And she want to say she's Minister of Environment and you care about our environment. What about the extreme rainfall project that was supposed to protect the lands? There were supposed to be walls built right from the sea to my brother Mechanic Place. What happened to that project? That project was alive and well. They're just waiting to be executed because during the COVID, you know that we were in office in 2018, 2019, COVID came and it's still just after 2022, things get back to normal and that's when we had the election, so you're out of office then. So what happened to that project? What happened to the housing scheme we had for Stony Gut and Black Bay? Everything was in place. And if she don't know, she don't have to go far to find out, She could just ask number 10. Number 10 is the one that worked with me to ensure that we had the funding for these 2 housing projects. But she's not fighting for us. When they had the expo in Dubai, as Minister of Trade, I went in for the opening. And I met with a gentleman is Mr. Veneer, and he was a citizenship. He got his citizenship by investment. And he liked Grenada because he visited Grenada soon after. And then he decided he was going to do a project in Grenada. So he decided he was going to spend $3 million to Nulu to develop it. When the Prime Minister heard that, he went down and took a picture with him in Dubai. All the guy requested was that he have a seat or put a member on the board of directors, which is normal because if you put in that amount of money, you want to know how the money would be spent. They refused that, and you never hear one word from the Prime Minister or our MP. We lost the $3 million. Yeah. So, sisters and brothers, both our PM and our MP is a joke. And the PM, he creating division, you know. Because even on the debushing program, well, you see how much they scale it back. It's just a few fortnights. But he still had the gall to say the reasons person on the other side, which is just a few, little pretense, getting something is because NDC don't know their own. This is words from our Prime Minister. Very sad to hear a leader speak like that. He doesn't know he's supposed to be representing everybody. Sisters and brothers, when I was in office, I never saw color, I saw people. And the joker, he's still the other day talking about election in 21 days. And he even had Andy posting it. Well, Andy posting it because school children say right now they sideline Andy. So Andy looking for elections. Sisters and brothers, on a serious note, we have very low economic activity. The shops dead. You could talk to the shopkeepers. The market dead. All the villages, you go Florida, all over the village dead. And right now, Christmas dead. Last year, they gave some toys, but she only give it to a chosen few. In my time, everybody know, everybody got toys. I see just before school opened in September, she make a brick books and they were cutting or plaiting children here for school. As if they only need to get your hair done the first day. But she still send the bill to the government and she getting $10,000 a month for constituency. So the PM, you remember, he said he will fix all roads when he get into Dubai. When he get into office. And it wasn't the office here he talking. But all you see him now sitting down, holding hand with people in Africa. When he's supposed to be here, working. This man only comes here for vacation, That's why he have a house in Grenada by Montrouge. It's a vacation home. If he was a real true Prime Minister, he would be living in Montreal. And he is also the minister responsible for infrastructure and also for Nawasa. But he blamed Nawasa for the closure road. The MP blamed NNP and he blamed Nawasa. But Mr. PM, you are the minister for Nawasa. Do your job. Right now, you have Nawasa digging right around the island. But that funds is from when NNP was in office. That's when they got the funds. And how they doing it? They're digging up all the roads, but they're not repairing it. People complaining about dust and the motorists complaining. So, Mr. PM, do your work. Have them restore the roads when they dig it up. We have, right now, we're seeing people, we know that the suffering is great. And then they're going to still go and dig up Concord Road with no relief for the vendors. Cruise ship season start now, right? And this is our premier tourist spot in St. John's. They dig up the road and they're not even repairing it. This is the people we have in charge of us, sisters and brothers. So, sisters and brothers, this present government has failed us. So I have a message for the PM. Mr. PM, call the election now. The country is deteriorating rapidly. You cannot manage. You're not even paying the debts. The country's debt, you're blaming it on burial, and you're waiting for NNP to come in office to pay it. And you're still taking loans to service the budget. Right now, the revenue is dropping. Government services dropping. Cost of living increasing. They have removed all the concessions that NNP have put when the government purchased Grenada. Because, you know, the people now own Grenada. So, you're looking to get some reduction or some relief. NNP did that. That's a caring government. Now, sisters and brothers, they have taken out all the relief. Well, you know, look at your electricity bill. Everything gone sky high. And in addition to that, they still put tax on water, sugar, soft drinks, and all things that NNP had zero rated for VAT. This is the kind of government we have. He is not managing our affairs. And you know, sisters and brothers, in a society, how important it is to have a fair justice system. So people need access. But since March, we don't have no magistrate in Guam. So what is happening? We have the MP gone in New York saying that she gave 300,000 plus equipment to fishermen in St. John's. Well, madam, if it's from your pocket, fine. But if it's government money, we want details of where that money went and who received it. She talked about, while she was there, she talked about circular hooks because you know that they threatened not to buy fish from Grenada come January. And she's saying that they're doing things about circular hooks, and because it's the Christmas season, the people in the States may not get the documents in time, so she don't know what would happen. So long ago, they got notice. And when I was in office, sisters and brothers, we had the people from FAO came and do all the training on the circular hoops. Where was she? This is things that we done a long time ago. But what she talking about? She said she promised the people in Old Road that they're going to build a fish market. Because what it is, I took money from my pocket and I buy lights for the fishermen in Old Road. When she see that, she went down there and she said she going to build a fish market. Well, they're still waiting on that fish market. She also said they're going to build a broadwalk along Mabuya so people could jog while the road is repaired. Well, we're waiting for that. And you know, she promised ambulance in Grand Roy. She said we're getting that, so we're waiting to see. But while you're gallivanting, you and the PM, we suffering. The people in closure have no road. Monday, I was coming down where I live in Dr. Bell. I passed by the health center. I see a lady there. Her hands swell big, and she in a lot of pain. So I stopped to ask what happened. She says, well, she came to the health center here, but there is no doctor So they'll just leave her there. No ambulance. They're not even paying the ambulance drivers on time. So the ambulance will only walk in once in a while. People have to get taxi or go to the police station and go out to beg for a ride to go to the hospital. This is what we have come to, sisters and brothers. This administration, they show no care for us. Recently, you had an MP that says, next election, and listen, win, lose, or draw, they set for life. This is the people that we have elected to lead us. But sisters and brothers, I am the best choice for St. John. And NNP is the best choice for Grenada. The current government, they're weak, they lack leadership, and has miscarried a pregnant treasury in half term, even before the first trimester, with very little work to show, just high salaries for them. So sisters and brothers, it's a clear sign that they have no care for the people and no clue about managing this country. And you could ask the people in Cloget, the people in Carriacou, the people in Petit Martinique. They're still living under tent. So, sisters and brothers, in conclusion, I want to say that I love you all, NNP loves you, and together we will make a better Grenada for ourselves and those to come. So, let's make it happen. Mobilize now. Make sure you are registered. Peruse the voters list. And vote NNP on election day. Thank you.
The NDC administration failed in the first term, and they're begging for another one. Sing for them. Sing for them. They're going the wrong way. Mash up NDC. They're going the wrong way. Cannot run this country.
Thank you so very much, Brother Dabrio. That's the voice of truth. Our people deserves better road conditions, vision, and visionary leadership. But ladies and gentlemen, there was a time in Grenada when leadership meant stability, when the parliament ran smoothly, when every village was felt and seen, when visions was guided by great decision. And the man who lead that in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique is here with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our past Prime Minister and present Chairman of the party, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Claudius Mitchell.
All right, thank you, Brother Chairman, and dear Brother Prince. And of course, let me recognize the political leader of our party and other distinguished members of the platform who are here with us this evening. My dear sisters and brothers of Grand Roy. And let me tell you something about the history of Grenada. Anytime Grand Roy goes in one direction on polling day, that is the party that wins the election. Grand Roy is usually a good demonstration of the winner of the St. John's constituency. And tonight, from what I see, like you're ready for election already, so I know Grand Roy, Brother W, you have no problem at all. If the party says you are the man, and I have no doubt that you will be the man. I don't think there's any need to worry about St. John's and, of course, the people of Grand Roy. But let me make it clear, sisters and brothers, I have been in this section of the constituency for so many times. I have been part of political meetings here over the years. So I'm no stranger to Grand Roy. I'm always happy to be here with you. But friends, we are happy. NNP is happy to be in Grand Roy here tonight and to see so many of you almost in our election mood already, getting ready. I don't think you have to worry about when they call an election. You assume that the election is tomorrow and work. So the longer they take is the harder we come, sisters and brothers. But let me say here, we are in serious times. I think our speakers, Sister Clarice, Brother Dwight, Sister Amanda spoke about the pain that is now existing in our country. You cannot meet any sector of the country where people are expressing that they are happy and they feel their life is being improved by this government in office. But friends, that is a clear indication that what we have in government is a group of people that have no interest in this country's development. But their interest is in themselves, helping themselves and forgetting the people of this constituency and the country as a whole. The economy of your country, sisters and brothers, is in a state. People are, in fact, they cannot understand what is taking place in Grenada, knowing that when the NNP has been in office, things appear to be moving at all levels in the country. In other words, we have to come and attempt to sell ourselves. The history and work of the NNP has been there for everyone to see and to feel. Friends, I've always said to people, when you're looking at people to represent you or to lead your country, there are some fundamental characteristics that we must look at. And I honestly believe we made some serious mistake in the last election, because we elected a group of people who had no interest in improving the life of the people of the country. The interest was only in themselves. And the main one among them, the key one, is the person who leads the country himself. My friends, to be a good teacher, you must like children. Right? To be a good doctor, you must like people. And to be a good politician, you must love people. You must have empathy. You must have care. Sisters and brothers, the present leader cannot talk about love. Because I think most of you don't even know your prime minister. But what is sad is this. When the prime minister attempted, as Brother Dab said a while ago, to scold his ministers for not working. I think it's Brother Clarice, Sister Clarice, you're the one that said that, right? I wonder, how he could talk to his minister when he is the chief culprit. This is a man that even attempted to scold members of the opposition for not being in parliament when they broke the fundamental rule for members to be here, and the political leader would go into depth in that particular issue. They were the ones responsible, because I have been in the parliament for 40 odd years and I have hardly missed a session of parliament. But if there is a fundamental principle of the breach of rules of the House, we ought not to give support to that. We have to show our people that we have to stand for what is right. And no man who knows nothing about the people, no man who has not done anything to justify the job that he has, no man that hasn't shown a good deed for the people of this country can come and tell patriots like ourselves about coming to parliament and the money they paying us as if it's his damn money. The man is rude. And I go far to say the little boy is rude. Out of place. He cannot talk to people like Sister Emily Pierre, Sister Clarice Modeste, Brother Dwight, Sister Amanda, and your great parliamentary representative about service. He cannot talk to us about service because he has no service to show. He is servicing himself by traveling at your expense. My friends, when we were in government, very few people in government travel on delegation. I have never traveled with 5 persons and more in a delegation in anywhere paid by the people of this country. I refuse to do this because I know what the cost is and I know how much we need the money in this country. But they travel with 7 and 8 persons and all of them in first class. During the time of Prime Minister Blaise, 1 person traveled in first class. In my time in government, 1 person traveled in first class because we understood the significance of the savings for the people of this country. But all of them packing the first class and spending your money as if it's their money, sisters and brothers. But friends, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility. The country belongs to you. And I want to say to you, as long as I have the breath of life in me, I will stand with the people of this country to do what is right and to speak out against the injustices that is taking place in this country. But friends, I want to I won't keep you long because you started late, but let me say this. There are people that join political parties. Just listen to me carefully because that's important. There are some people that join political parties to become leader. And when they ain't get it, they start running their mouths. And they're going and pose around and say they want to unite the people. The great divider is the one that wants to unite the people. When they had a chance to stay inside and unite the people, they left because they couldn't get the leadership of the party. And they're telling you they want to find movement. Move the movement to it. Movement. My brothers and sisters, let me say that to you. And we have to be clear, We can't play games with this country. We have seen what happened to this country when we play games. Every political party this gentleman went into the revolution, they accused him of all sorts of things during the revolution. He had to leave. He joined the National Democratic Congress. Tillman and them say he tried to take over leadership. He had to leave. They fired him. He joined the NNP. We rescued him. And he thought that he could have played games with us and doing all kinds of things while we're inside, undermining the leadership of the party and the leadership of the country, sisters and brothers, to become leader amongst sisters and brothers. And because we saw through him, And I said to him in a conversation that we had one-on-one, I do not trust you. And you know what he said to me? He said, Doc, I understand. The man tell me understand why I don't trust him. Therefore he goes out there and he getting people to go and say all kind of nasty things about me. How I plot to kill people. I will join with a criminal, a well-known criminal, Meekit Mitchell, my entire life. I spent in Washington at the highest level, consulting at the regional and international level. No one has ever accused me of even hurting a fly. But a criminal is being used by the same man to say that I plan to kill people with him. Me? Well, Lord have mercy. My friends, let me tell you something. I say in there tonight, you know why I'm speaking? Because you have to take one in. I say a vote for the movement is a vote for the National Democratic Congress to keep them in office. Make no joke about that, sisters and brothers. The NNP history is known. It's known. We spent energy and time in 1984 to 1990, roads, electricity in all villages, water around the country. Sisters and brothers, my own village didn't have water. I brought to bring water to Happy Hill and the communities and lots of parts of St. John's and other parts of the country. Electricity all over the country from 45% coverage. In 4.5 years, 95% of the country was covered with electricity. We brought the new telephone system, the digital telephone system. The first country in the region that had a digital telephone system was Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I could go on, but we don't have to. You know the history of the NNP. We are workers, not talkers. Not those who come and stand on a platform and speak nice words. You listen to them and lie and tell you lies, sisters and brothers. But the way forward, sisters and brothers, is simple. Way forward, if a party is in government and it do not protect the vulnerable and the poor, that party needs to get out of government. The government must serve every single person in the country, but it must have a special focus on those who need government the most, and that is the poor and vulnerable people in the society. And the NNP will restart that program again and aid. When we were in government, you didn't have two little gangs on the road. St. John's had over 50-something gangs. Several times and several fortnights when you pass around the shops in St. John's and the community around the country, have the place packed on a Friday and Saturday, sisters and brothers. Because NNP was spreading the bread around the ground so that the poor people can eat our food. Our young people had hope with the several programs we had and the new national party. And I'm telling you this, while I may not be at the helm, I will not be at the hem. I will be there with the leadership of the party, doing what is right for the people of this country. As long as I have the breath of life that God gives me, rest assured I'll be there. Whether it's education, whether it's healthcare, whether it's youth programs, sisters and brothers, I'll be there. So friends, as I leave you here this afternoon, this evening, I say to you, I have no doubt that our people will go back to what is tried and tested. I have no doubt that you want back the new national party and its team, sisters and brothers. I want to say to you, I could have continued in government as leadership of your party, but I'm not one of those who stay in something forever and want not to leave. There is a time for everyone and a time for everything, sisters and brothers. And I see that I have a responsibility to pass on the butter and the time when I feel relatively healthy to continue to give advice and to provide the kind of support to the people like Gregory Bowen and all others who have been there in the past, who have contributed. They will be there to continue to help building this country and to provide advice as we move forward. So again, sisters and brothers, let me talk a little bit about my friend, Brother Dabrio. I don't have to tell you much about Dabs. You have a man who cares, who loves people, who is always there on the ground. Dabro did not wait to get into politics to help people. Dabro was always there, doing things for people and not asking for any favor. That is the kind of public servant that you need. A man or woman who gives and not look back for what they get. The man loves people. Davs could be making enormous amount of money, like Sister Clarice Modest as a doctor, because in politics, those who in the NDC get in politics because they believe they can fill their pockets. The people on this platform, sisters and brothers, made a lot of sacrifice to be on platform speaking on behalf of the people, because our work is about serving our people, and that is our responsibility, sisters and brothers. So I want to say to you, don't take any chances with the future of your children and grandchildren. You have to put back in office people that love and care for you and your family and your country. And therefore, I say to you again, as I leave you here, I look forward, Grand Roy, St. John's, I look forward to hearing that you stand with the new National Party. Get rid of this thing that is now in government, parading it as a government who's only interested in themselves and not the people. And I say to you, I will be there with you. I will celebrate the night, that glorious night, that glorious evening when once again, the Lord will help us to relieve ourselves of this injustice. And I say, thank God Almighty. We love you, sisters and brothers. Good night.
We on the move and ain't nobody could stop us now. We on the move and ain't nobody could stop us now.
Ladies and gentlemen, what wisdom. Dr. Mitchell reminds us what true leadership is about. It is about service. It is about foresight. It is about preparation. When he led Grenada through Hurricane Ivan, he didn't make excuses. He made plans. That's what real leadership looks like. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we close tonight, the woman leading the mission with courage, discipline, and heart, our hardworking political leader, and I mean hardworking, the next Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou and PD Martinique, the mother of the party, Honorable Emmeline Pierre.
Let's go. Call them. Wake them. Tell them. We voting NNP again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Let me take this opportunity tonight to greet every single one of you. But I want to start officially to recognize the chairman of our party, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. I recognize, of course, Parliamentary Rep for St. Mark's, Sister Clarice Modest Cohen. The caretaker for St. John's, your own, Brother Alvin Dabrio. Of course, I recognize also the caretaker for St. Andrew Southwest, who had to leave us, Sister Amanda Japal and Sister Nolan Thompson from St. David's. And I recognize Brother Dwight Horsford, Senator Dwight Horsford, who is also on the platform tonight.
Brothers and sisters, I recognize every supporter of the new national party here tonight, especially those of you who are from St. John, Grand Roy. I recognize tonight also those who have joined us online, all of our viewers, not just at home, but those who are in the diaspora. I greet you tonight in a special way, including those persons who are not supporters of our party. Welcome. We love you. Thank you for joining. Brothers and sisters, tonight, in the interest of time, I will address one matter and one matter only. And that matter is the explanation of why the NNP team did not attend the last sitting of the Parliament. Brothers and sisters, I say to you tonight, trust the judgment of your team. We decided not to participate in the last sitting of Parliament on the grounds of principle. And we believe that there are times you must stand for something or else you fall for anything. And we refuse to fall for anything in the House of Parliament, which is supposed to be at a level where every Grenadian can respect this institution. We are not settling for less than what is supposed to be. So, brothers and sisters, we decided not to attend because for the last 3 years, we have been observing a pattern of disrespect, a pattern of disregard, a pattern where the democracy that we are supposed to uphold in the parliament of this country is disregarded, and we are not going to be a part of this. That is why we had to make a statement, because we have been speaking for the last 3 years. We have been begging like dogs to be recognized equally as members of Parliament duly elected by the people of this country. Brothers and sisters, the decisions, the actions that are taken sometimes is a pure indication that there are some people who have not yet accepted that we didn't just land in the Parliament, we were elected by the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. In other words, there are people who chose us above others, and we proudly represent them. Brothers and sisters, we have decided to speak out on this issue, and it is our right to decide where we want to speak about it, because we know that we will not be given an opportunity in the Parliament, because that is where we are shut up. That is where we are denied an opportunity to express ourselves. It is either shut up or sit down. But I say to you, this is the People's Parliament, where we are able to communicate with the people without the restrictions that are sometimes unlawfully applied. Brothers and sisters, we will not be controlled against the standing orders and against the constitution of this country, because we know our rights and we are going to stand for our rights as we represent you. So we stand for fairness. We stand for transparency. And I say to them, we stand for respect. Brothers and sisters, I had the opportunity to look at a few clips from the sitting of the last Parliament. And I say to you, if I went to that sitting, I would have walked out. Because some of the things that happened on Tuesday is a clear indication of the very reason we did not attend, and maybe even worse. So when I tell you that members of the House can stay outside of the chamber and decide what happens inside the chamber, when I tell you that the Prime Minister can sit in his office and communicate with the Speaker and decide who speaks after, I say to you, don't take this lightly. We are in a serious situation. Brothers and sisters, only on Tuesday, I don't know if you observed what happened in the House of Parliament. You would recall 1 week before the Parliament met, and it was decided that on Tuesday last, we were going to have a continuation of the sitting of Parliament. Meaning that the last item that we addressed, that the Speaker was going to move to the next item and continue the meeting. This is what happened. The Speaker announced item number 14, which was supposed to be bills. And he only did that because 1 to 13 would have already been dealt with at that point. As if to think that everyone is stupid, the Prime Minister stands up and says to the Speaker, who's supposed to be I'll say what you just said. Who's supposed to be in charge of the House? The Prime Minister stands up and says to the Speaker that you would have missed number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12 come down the road. And he says to the Speaker, we can check the minutes just to verify. When the Speaker said to him, do you recall that we already dealt with ministerial statements previously? Brothers and sisters, I was there. Members of the team were there. And I'm sure many of you listened. That ministerial statements were called twice. And no one on the government side stood up. But somehow the Prime Minister appears to be the one controlling the agenda in the Parliament. And so he gets the Speaker to decide to amend the order paper and to go back to give him an opportunity to address the issue that he has not addressed from since August of this year. Brothers and sisters, I say to you tonight, we are not going to accept this. It is unacceptable. It is disrespectful. And I say to you, it's a contradiction of the very democracy that we stand for in this country. So I want to deal with, very quickly, a few of the comments made by the Prime Minister during his presentation. Brothers and sisters, could you imagine that the Prime Minister, in his own word, referred to the wanton disregard and neglect for the job that we were elected to do? I was like, really? Is this man for real? Because I say to you tonight, if there's anybody that has neglected their job since July 2022, it would be the Prime Minister of this country. Brothers and sisters, we are all aware of the published analysis of the Prime Minister's performance since then. It shows us that he has taken 51 overseas trips since he was elected as Prime Minister. Nothing to show for those trips.
Brothers and sisters, it tells us that the Prime Minister would have spent over 480 days overseas. Brothers and sisters, about 1/3 of the time that he has been elected as Prime Minister of this country. But what is worse, brothers and sisters, this kind of reckless behavior would have cost the country over $6 million since he has been elected as Prime Minister. And I say to you, $6 million would have done so much for the people of St. John's, for the people of Grand Roy, those who have housing needs, those with medical needs, children who have to go to school. $6 million would have made a significant dent, not just in St. John's, but I say in the entire western corridor of this country. But people don't care. They don't care one bit about these people who they represent. Brothers and sisters, talking about kettle telling pot bottom black. Well, that is a perfect example, brothers and sisters. We not doing our jobs. I say tonight, had it not been for this team doing their job today we would have had a law that would have reduced the age for civil legal responsibility in this country as low as 12 years old. It is because we are doing our job. This bill cannot even come back to the parliament yet. And tonight we say it will never come back in its current form. Brothers and sisters, talking about who not doing their job, the analysis shows that the worst performing ministries in this country are headed by the Prime Minister of this country. What a shame, because you are supposed to be leading by example. What a shame. You know, we see the mess going on all around the country, and you know they take everything for granted. So the Prime Minister speaks as if what is happening is the cost of development, and we are supposed to just accept it. I say tonight we cannot accept this, because I say to you there's a cost of development, but when that cost goes recklessly high, you cannot accept it. So some of the work that is happening now, brothers and sisters, I say to you, we don't need months after the pipes are laid to have the road resurfaced. And then you give us all kind of excuses why this is happening. But let me show you the incompetence. Let me show you who is not doing their job. Because you know, after the budget, the Prime Minister said that they are going to build the capacity of the Ministry of Works. They're going to hire the necessary resources. And guess what? After the budget, they told us that they were training people to do the job. Brothers and sisters, I must close. But I say to you tonight, only a few days ago, listen to the report. Well, what is happening? Don't blame us too much, because we don't have the capacity in the Ministry of Works. I say to those who lead, if you don't have the capacity and the competence, give the job to a team that is able to get it done. Give the job to the new national party so that we can bring back the kind of development that has been happening in this country. And I say tonight, brothers and sisters, I say tonight, look at what has happened. Look at what has happened in this country. After 3 years, look at the incompetence. Look at who is not doing their jobs. After 3 years, not one major new project. So I close by saying to you tonight, to cushion the effects of the rising cost of living. Brothers and sisters, that is why we are coming back to get major projects going again, to get the economy moving again, and to put money in the pockets of our people, brothers and sisters. Stimulate the economy, jobs for our people, and to make sure our people are moving. Competence that is going to move this country forward. So let us get ready. Let us get ready. Don't bother with 21 days. They cannot call an election in this country in 21 days because they are the least ready for an election. So let us get our people registered. Let us get our work done. And when they call it, they are going to regret it. God bless you. God bless Grenada. God bless Pity Martinique. Have a good night, everybody.
For your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. Yes, every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You know I love your voice. For you have led me through the fire in darkest nights. You are close like no other. You know I've known you as a father. You know I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. Oh, yeah. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good and so good. Every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Ooh, yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything, oh Lord. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Come make me sing it again. Your goodness is running after, oh no 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 no, yeah. Running me down. Your goodness.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys so much. I know I promised you guys something, so who remember what I promised? So let's sing, let's sing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for coming out tonight. Travel safe, stay strong, and remember, under the new National Party, people comes first. Yeah? And just a few reminders, the St. Mark's branch, there is a breakfast on November 29th. So you can check out any one of the members and you can get yourself a ticket for the breakfast. All right? So do enjoy the remainder of the evening. God's blessings to each and every one of you guys.